They held on, they got the win against Burnley, and they go 5 clear in the table and could win the title tomorrow night with City playing their game against Bournemouth tomorrow. That's how things are looking right now. They are so close. Lots to talk about, though. Let's welcome in Stewart, Robson. Let's start first with how you saw that moment. Kai Havertz, was he lucky to stay on the pitch, Robbo?
He was lucky to stay on the pitch, and even if the referee or the VAR didn't think it was a red card, he has to tell the referee, you've got to go and look at that and let the referee make his mind up. The referee was right there. He only gave a yellow card, but it's a dangerous challenge. He's got him halfway up his standing leg. He goes with his studs. It was stopping a counter-attack as well. So he's a very lucky boy, and Arsenal are very lucky that he wasn't sent off. But the VAR should have got the referee to have a look at it, at least.
Stevie?
100%, every single thing that Robbo said. Yeah, the fact that VAR hasn't asked him to go to the screen. Again, you can sort of sympathise that maybe the ref hasn't quite seen it clearly, so he's unsure. And if he's unsure, then he can't send Havertz off. But then, of course, he is relying on VAR, who get to see it 2 or 3 times, and they will help him figuring out whether he made the right decision or not. And clearly VAR hasn't helped him, and the referee has just carried on thinking that he actually got it right because the people in VAR haven't got him involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, it's a red card all day, every day. I'm not sure how you see that and interpret otherwise. For me, the referee standing right there, and it's a complaint that, well, we've heard, and now I found myself saying, the referee standing right there, able to make a call, and you just cannot help but wonder if referees are kind of walking back from making these big decisions in the moment in the expectation that VAR will come to their rescue. I'll also say this, if the referee gives that as a straight red, which in my opinion he should have, VAR doesn't overturn it. And those are the thin lines we're now kind of treading on in terms of refereeing and VAR intervention and the high bar and everything else that comes with it. Make the call, make the big call. That's what referees are there for, not just to give yourself an arm's length and ask VAR to intervene.
1-0 once again for Arsenal. We've seen that numerous times this season, Robbo, but 1-0's enough. It's another 3 points. Might not be the most prettiest of wins, but they got the job done.
Yeah, it was a strange sort of performance because when you see the noise the crowd were making beforehand and the big build-up that they were giving it, you thought that Arsenal were going to come out the traps and play at a high tempo. They were going to get the ball into their front players. They were going to push Eze and Ødegaard up the field, but that wasn't the case. They just wanted to keep possession. They played square and backwards, and it got a bit edgy for a while. But once they scored the first goal, you still couldn't really see how Burnley were going to cause them a problem. There was nothing from Burnley that was suggesting they were going to get back into the game. So Arsenal, controlled possession without playing particularly well, without dominating the penalty area of Burnley. It was a strange sort of performance. You thought on a night like this, they'd have wanted to get the job done fairly quickly. They got the first goal. Could they go on and get the second and make it much easier for themselves? Because it was a nervy end to the game.
Another 1-0 and another set-piece goal, Shaka.
Yeah, surprise. Saying that, we've kind of known that from Arsenal. I will say, to counter Robbo, I thought the opening 20, 25 minutes, probably up until the goal, Arsenal were easily the better of the two teams, and you just felt it was a matter of when as opposed to if. But then once that goal came, to Robbo's point, you just felt that Arsenal, it's difficult to say they took their foot off the gas, but you just didn't see them causing Burnley the kind of problems that they had. Other side of the coin, Burnley certainly lacked any real quality that really made you think that they could go and get something out of this game. Maybe had Arsenal gone on to 10 men, as well, certainly 3 of us think they should, maybe some bolt out to the blue kind of changes that narrative, but Burnley didn't offer an awful lot, and Arsenal just kind of regressed into a kind of defensive shell, protecting that 1 goal lead. Yes, it was a set piece, but I thought certainly up until that point, it could have come from anywhere at any time for Arsenal.
The most set-piece goals in a decade, and say what you will, it's got them to here, Stevie.
Yep, it's part of the game. You can't complain about it. You can certainly complain about some of the carry-on that goes inside the 6-yard box and in and around the penalty spot with the holding and all of that. But at the end of the day, Arsenal's not the first team that have relied on set pieces since the game began. It just so happens that they've worked a lot of things out that other teams haven't, both both in an attacking sense and obviously from a defensive point of view. So, yeah, you can't criticise Arsenal for scoring goals because that's what you're doing.